friends, it's Kendall, your joyful farmer, and I'm here with my best friend today.
Hi!
We're coming to visit her garden. So she lives even further in North Texas than I do, and she has a suburban garden that has expanded a lot this year.
Yes.
She's using every square foot of her garden. So we're gonna walk around and see it today. Okay, so I was so excited to see my friend that I didn't actually properly introduce her. Her name's Melissa. We've been friends for about 10 years now, and over the past few years she's found a real passion for herbal medicine. She has a growing apothecary and uses her homegrown herbs and plants to make things like teas, salves, lotions, and more. She's going to show us all of the incredible plants and uses for them. Now, please consult your physician as we're not giving you medical advice, but come along and enjoy hearing all about all of the homegrown remedies and supports. All right, let's go.
So my idea for the landscape, since I have so much garden, was that I wanted something really low maintenance out here. So most of these plants are several years old and they'll just keep coming back every year. So I was going for like an English messy garden, and I'm very happy with it. So I'll show y'all what I have. So some of these are medicinal, some of them are just pretty. This is yarrow mixed with some grass. But yarrow is really easy to grow here in North Texas, and it's just beautiful. They have some varieties that are white, some that are red, and it is medicinal. If you cut yourself in the garden, actually Kendall taught me this, you can just take some yarrow and put it right on there and it's a blood clotter. So it's really cool. You also can take it internally and it helps with like a heavy flow for us ladies. So that's really cool. And then these are cannas back here. They're just beautiful when they bloom, and they come back every year, and they come back even bigger and with more every year. So that's fun. And then these sunflowers volunteered, so that's really fun. I actually don't know what these are called. Do you know what these are called?
They look like gladiolus, but they're huge.
Yeah, these were here before we moved in. So every year they just come back, and we're very grateful for it. This is lamb's ear, which is nature's toilet paper, which is super soft. I just love it. We have our rose bush, and I have another small pink one over there. They bloom in like cycles. So every about 2-3 weeks, I'll get a whole bunch, and I like to harvest them and I put them in teas because they're very healthy for you. Roses have L-theanine in them, which is very relaxing. It's good for your brain. So I like it. Now these are echinacea or coneflowers, and this is medicinal. This is really great for your immune system. So
it's
I like
so tall this year.
Yeah, this comes back every year and bigger and bushier.
So cool.
Yeah, and then I've got some lemon balm. I actually first planted, Kendall gave me a little lemon balm little bush. It was about this size, I think, several years ago, and I planted it over there, and it has just expanded. And then somehow I got a volunteer here. So I'm very happy for that because lemon balm is amazing. If you don't know, lemon balm has anti-anxiety components to it. So it's just amazing in tea, and it just smells so good. I just love it.
Yeah. I love lemon balm.
And
what is this?
This is a Vitex.
Oh, okay. This is the thing that everybody keeps telling me I need to plant because it's like so hardy in Texas.
Yes, and it's actually medicinal too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can harvest the berries. It's at the end of summer. You'll get berries on it, and it's good for regulating female hormones. You can make like a tincture out of it.
Very cool.
Yeah, our neighbor actually had this in their yard, and then one day we had one pop up way over here. I don't know, it's just magic how this kind of stuff happens, but we're grateful for it.
For sure. Okay, should we walk to the back?
Sure,
Let's go and see. So basically, you want to kind of tell them about what caused you guys to create this side yard this year?
We needed more plant space, and we have dogs, and my husband said we can't take any more room from the dogs. So we had to do this side garden, and I think it looks really pretty. Yeah. I really wanted to put a trellis here just for like curb appeal.
Yeah.
And then I put some sunflowers in the back because those are tall, and I just thought that would be so bright and sunny. We've had a lot of really good feedback from neighbors who, you know, walk by and they're like, I want to see your garden.
Yeah.
And so it's just so fun.
It's so beautiful from the street, you know. It's not just a food garden. It's super pretty.
Thank you. That's what we were going for. It's a lot prettier than our garden in the back. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I wanted to show you this first because I'm most excited about this. This is a new one for us. This is Yopon holly. And Yopon holly is a native North Texas plant, and it's cousin to yerba mate. So it has just as much caffeine in it as yerba mate does.
Really?
Yes, and it grows well here because, as you know, tea doesn't grow here.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I'm going to have to try some of your tea.
Yeah, I have a surprise for you.
Oh, is that the surprise?
Yeah. I have a cup for us.
Oh, no way. I love that.
I just harvested it today and I dried it because when it dries, that's when it like releases the caffeine. So I'm super excited.
Ah, cool. Y'all, look how sweet my friend is. We've got tea to go with us along our garden tour.
Maybe we'll get some energy as we do this.
Yeah. Yopon holly. How do you spell that?
It's Y-O-U-P-O-N, I think.
Okay.
Or maybe it's Y-A. I can't do it in my head.
Yopon holly.
I think it's Y-A-O-U-P, I don't know, P-O-N, something like that. Yeah, Yopon holly. Don't eat the berries. They'll make you throw up. They have a lot higher caffeine content in them. But the leaves are totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm about to be really hyper. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I think it's like a mild, and you have a pretty high tolerance for caffeine.
That's
all
true.
those years at Starbucks.
That's true. I spent my life drinking a lot of coffee at Starbucks as barista, so I think I'll make it.
You'll be all right.
So here's the side garden.
Are we starting with the maters?
Sure.
So these are, I have tons of different varieties. I actually bought some tomato plants from Kendall because she has an assortment. So that's fun because I like to have the little ones for my salads. And these are sun sugar, right?
Yeah, it probably either sun sugar or sun golds.
Something like that.
Yeah.
They're really good. They're very bright flavor. I like these a lot. And then the red ones, the red small cherry ones are more of like a savory. These are like brighter, don't you think?
Yeah.
I like them.
Look at your big old Thorburns terracotta down here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That thing is
He's going to be a beefer. I did put some basil in here. Just, it's a really good companion plant for tomatoes. And then I think this one's really cool. I forget what this one's called, but I love how it grows in little clusters.
Oh, is that
like
that little
grapes.
tidy treats?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
It's so tiny.
So tiny. So we tried something new out here with just like tying these, and my husband got some clips and just kind of clipped them. It's working for the most part. So that was like a fun improvisation. Gardening is just trial and error. I mean, every year we learn new things, and it's just a fun hobby that you can eat and enjoy. So it's really fun. These are going to be Natchez blackberries. They're thornless back there. So I'm excited about those. And then we've got the 3 elderberries. So this is the elderberry's second year. So we're hoping we'll get some berries next year, I hope. So most of this is pumpkin. I do have some okra interspersed. Like this one's okra. You can see the okra right there. But most of this is pumpkin. And I've gotten a ton of blooms, and obviously the plant looks really healthy. The squash bugs love it, so there's DE on it. But I haven't gotten any pumpkins yet. What am I doing wrong?
Well, are there any, there's no female blooms at all?
What do the female blooms look like?
Wow, the vines look huge. So they would have, they're like little round spheres attached to the flowers. Let me see if I see any in here. Just don't breathe.
Yeah, don't breathe. Is it like this down here?
Yeah, there's one. Yeah, so you've got some coming along.
So will that be a pumpkin?
Just takes a while. Yep, that should be a
Yay!
pumpkin.
I was about to just rip these up. I was getting so irritated with the squash bug fight, and yeah, I was like, I'm not even getting any pumpkins. So, but the pumpkins is a funny story because my daughter, at the end of last fall, she smashed a jack-o'-lantern in the front yard, and then early this spring, we noticed we had several small little pumpkin volunteers, and so we just planted them.
What?
Isn't
Were
that
they
crazy?
right here or did you move them?
No, we moved them.
Yeah.
And some of them didn't make it, but like 5 of them survived. This is only like 4 or 5 pumpkin plants.
Wow.
Just crazy.
That's crazy. Oh yeah, you should have some pumpkins. How
okay,
exciting.
good. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's almost time for, I'm going to try and start some July 15th-ish so that we have some Halloween time around like late September. We'll have some
Well, it might take mine that long because they're
It might.
they're really just chugging along, aren't they?
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah.
We'll
Crazy.
see. And then these, I put the bricks in them so nobody would step on them. These are going to be raspberries.
Oh yeah, you've got your raspberries started over here.
So hopefully that, I really wanted like a food forest.
Yeah,
back here,
a food forest in the front yard.
Yeah, I thought
it.
that would be so fun. And then these,
your
of course, are sunflowers.
Giant sunflowers to kind of be in the back from the street.
I've got a little chocolate cherry right here. I love those. They're so pretty.
Yeah. They glow.
Mm-hmm. These are Roselle hibiscus, which is the type of hibiscus that's medicinal. So I'm excited about those. I'm going to put those in a tea. And then these are a bunch of sweet potato slips.
They look awesome.
They're very happy, and I have several more I'm going to gift to you. And then I did have a bunch of carrots planted here, but my dog got in here, and all we have are 2, so that's fine. That's what happens.
Yeah.
My mullein plant is so sad.
That's so
I had to
funny.
eat it because it's got tons of holes on it. I don't know what's going on with it, but it hasn't grown at all.
Huh.
I don't know.
Mine are kind of slow growing too,
Really?
so it may just take it a little while to pick up.
Hopefully
Maybe
it
a little
does.
nitrogen would help. I don't know.
Probably.
They're pretty zinnias.
These, I think, are celosia because I planted a ton of celosia after I saw your video, Kendall, of all the fun flowers to plant that are easy.
awesome.
So yeah, I
Your
can
celosia
say,
seed came up.
yeah,
Yay.
they are easy to grow.
Yeah.
That's proof. And then these are a whole bunch of zinnias, of course. Zinnias, I think, are so fun because this is the same flower, and look how different they all look. They're just so fun.
Oh, those are all from the same plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's cool.
People should grow them more.
I agree.
For
They're
sure.
so easy.
My piece looks really sad.
And on your little cattle panel trellis.
Oh, yeah.
Your cucamelon.
Yes.
I don't have any cucamelon this year. I'm so sad.
So it's kind of a crazy story because these I planted from seed, obviously, and they're so small, the plants are, but you'll see in the back I planted some last year on a trellis, and I had several volunteers, and they've just like exploded, and I have tons of cucamelons from those. So, you know, nature knows what it's doing.
Yeah, for sure. I love volunteers.
Yeah. Free food. And then these are some strawberries, and then potatoes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to go to the back?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Oh.
All right, so here's the backyard garden. It's such a pretty picture.
Thank you. And it's crazy to think all of this started from 4 tomato plants that Kendall blessed me with. I said, Kendall, I can't keep anything alive. I've tried. And she said, you can keep these alive. You just need sunshine and water and soil.
And they'll be fine.
And they were
fine. And you had a bunch of tomatoes.
Yes. And then we said, okay, well, we'll fill up this space. And then we filled this space. And now we're in the front. So, you know.
It just grows a little bit every year, doesn't it?
It does.
Look at that little passion flower.
They're so fun. They look like something from like another world.
Yep, for sure.
And passion flowers are medicinal. They help you with sleep. They're really good for that. I've grown potatoes in like multiple different ways. My favorite way is to grow them in these grow bags though. I think because they get really good aeration. Plus, you don't have to dig up the dirt everywhere. You know it's all self-contained in here.
Yeah.
So it's really easy to harvest them. And I found that they do really well.
I bet they're ready to pull. That's
So,
exciting.
yeah.
It's one of my favorite things to do. Dig up potatoes.
Really? Well, come have a handful. Daniel. That's going to be a fig tree. He's so tiny.
It's a baby fig
It's
tree.
a baby. But figs are really nutritious, and they are a good sugar substitute in baking, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have the peach tree.
Your peach trees
That
are
one
just
and one behind
so
you.
majestic.
They really droop so much when they're heavy with fruit. It's crazy. So,
yeah, because they're not like that when in the like winter at all.
And these, they're not quite ready yet, but they should be by the end of summer. They're still really hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, once they're ready, like they're all ready at the same time, and we'll just get so many peaches. It's such a blessing. These 2 peach trees were the only thing that were back here when we moved in. So we're just excited about them. I have no idea what variety they are.
I lost our peach trees this year. Did I tell you that?
No.
We had some sort of like fungus on them, and so our 2 little peach trees got all withered and
just died?
yeah.
So these had a fungus this year too, and all of those leaves died. And what we researched about it was that, and maybe it's just because they're so big and established, it didn't kill the tree. But what we heard or what we read is that you have to treat it in the off season when it's dormant. So we didn't treat it, and it told us that we wouldn't get as much fruit, which that one we didn't. But I don't think it affected this one as bad.
Yeah.
So I'm so sad you lost your peach tree.
I'm sad
Can you
about it.
propagate it and grow one?
Oh yeah, we could probably take cuttings from your trees. I would take
definitely do
cuttings
that.
from you. They'd do better than the ones from Tractor Supply or whatever.
For
anyway.
sure.
Yeah.
And then of course the grapevines.
Your grapevines are so magical too.
And you know, we pruned them down to like 2 feet tall, and
Wow.
they just give us so many leaves. We've had a problem with black rot this year. So whenever you have black rot, you have to like be very aggressive and take all of those off, all those affected grapes. And so we've lost a lot of grapes. I'm very sad, but
Yeah.
we have quite a
Aw.
few still.
Yeah, there's some over there. I see them. Cool. Here's the other peach tree.
It looks really puny.
And children playing, of course.
This is our herb tower. I plan to put some lettuce in here for fall. I've got tons of baby zipper spiders, which are our friends. I love them. But we've got some thyme and some rosemary and yarrow and these lettuces, which lettuce in the summer does not taste good, but the chickens like it. So I keep it for them. And then some parsley.
Yeah, all your little herbs on your green stalk.
This was a Yopon holly I bought from Amazon, and it is not happy out here. So
Aw.
I found that other one at a nursery. So I'm hoping that one does better.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, the passion flower should like extend this whole fence. That's my hope with it. This is chocolate mint. We have 3 different mint varieties that we grow, and the chocolate mint literally smells like chocolate mint. It's so awesome.
Love chocolate mint.
It smells so good. I wish y'all could smell this. But mint is very easy to grow. This is its 2nd year, and it just literally just takes over. It was like one little plant and just
Yeah, it's always good
goes
to have a
crazy.
space of its own to take over. And then this
for
one,
sure. Spearmint.
well, pow,
Yes.
like a monster.
This is old. I think this is like 4 years old.
Yeah.
And we got a little bit of grass in between, but I just harvested this yesterday. It was so much taller, but like just fresh grown mint in tea or in salads just tastes like nothing you can find at a store.
Yeah,
Just
it's so yummy.
amazing. And then there's more lemon balm over there.
Yay.
And then
Little
some
eucalyptus.
Yeah, some eucalyptus.
I see
Yeah,
it. I
it's
see
doing
the
good.
baby.
That's from Kendall. Kendall's got all the cool plants.
As friends, we share plants all the time, don't we?
Yeah, it's important to have garden friends for sure.
Yes. Gotta have friends.
But yeah, I've noticed also, like, if you're gonna grow lemon balm, it likes part shade, because this was actually from the front. It was a volunteer in a very sunny area, and it was almost dead. And I dug it up and put it out here, and it is lush. It is so happy out here.
Yours does look happier than mine. I have one that's in the front garden bed, and it gets sun all day long, and it is a little bit kind of sad looking. So
Yeah.
it's been eaten up by grasshoppers too, but we won't talk about that.
They're so mean. Get your own food.
So this little arch with the noodle beans. Look at your noodle beans. The last time I was here, your noodle beans were like 2 feet tall, I think.
Oh yeah.
Your yard long beans.
Yes, and they're so wonderful. These are my favorite beans to grow. These are Taiwan yard long beans. This is what they should look like, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe like this. This should be about the width of a pencil when you harvest them, but they can get thicker than this and longer than this. But this is when they taste the best.
Yeah.
But these are my favorite because they trellis, and then from one of these beans, I can get like 6 beans. I just chop them up like green bean size and eat them. And they're so easy and they taste really good.
Yeah.
Whereas bush beans, you know, you have to like bend over and break your back for hours every other day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't do
real.
bush beans anymore.
Yeah.
Too much work.
And you don't even have to water them really. Like they'll go through the whole summer without water. Though the wasps do love them. You've got a red noodle bean too there.
Yeah. Yeah. I put the reds over there and then
Okay.
they just kind of like congregate, I guess.
Yeah. So fun.
I love it. And they look so pretty. Like this looks magical to me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Then this is lemon balm. Not lemon balm, sorry, lemongrass. So good. Lemongrass is medicinal too. Lemongrass, it lowers your cholesterol levels. So I'm excited about that. But when it gets really thick, you can harvest the leaves from the stalk and you dry it and you can put it in a tea. And then we've got our dandelion friend here. And you know, dandelions are medicinal. And you can make all kinds of stuff with dandelions. And they're like a brain food. They're really good for you. So I just eat them as I find them. I had a dandelion in my pocket yesterday. And my husband and I were walking somewhere. And I said, oh, like a dandelion. Do you want it? And he's like, no. And I just like popped it in my mouth. He's like, we have really weird conversations. I can't help being me.
Melissa's become our medicinal herb guru for sure. She's
There's
learned
just
all
so
about
much.
medicinal plants and foraging. You guys have been foraging.
Yeah. There's just so much
Super
you can use. Pharmaceuticals have their place. I always say that. They do.
Yeah.
But there's so much medicinal use in plants. God gave it to us for a reason, you know?
For sure. Melissa's also a nurse, so she knows some things for sure.
Watermelon.
Oh, let's look at the watermelon.
I think this one's a crimson sweet. I have crimson sweet growing, and I have some strawberry watermelon and Yamato silver.
There's all the watermelon rambling down the hill.
Duck through the forest.
Duck. Dodge.
I think this is fun. I can't wait till it blooms. We have a volunteer zinnia.
Oh, it just popped up there.
Yeah, I have no idea how it got there.
I wonder what color it could be.
Ooh, what do you think?
Gonna find out soon, I guess.
It's got some pink.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Okay. Keep me posted.
This is some onion that I forgot about and has bolted. But it's pretty. The bee likes it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, speaking of foraging, this is wood sorrel. Oh, don't sting me, buddy. Wood sorrel, a lot of people just think it's like either clover or they think it's just a weed. But it tastes like lemon. It's so yummy. It's a really good additive to like a salad or something, or just picking it up and eating it.
So you can just pick the tiny little pods.
Mm-hmm.
They look like little football shapes.
They do, yeah. And you can eat the little clover-looking leaves too. It tastes the same, just not as strong. This is milk thistle.
Which we see on the side of the road everywhere, but I love that you have it, a specific plant that you're growing.
Mm-hmm. And the reason is because milk thistle is medicinal. So this one's like a newer flower, but this one's getting quite old. And when it gets fluffy right here, kind of like a dandelion, you can actually just pick the seeds out. You can use leaves too, but the seeds are more medicinal. But it actually is a really good detoxifier for the liver.
Really?
Yes, it's a very sought after medicinal plant.
Okay.
It's just crazy, yeah, that people just kill it and see it as a weed.
Yeah. Now that I know, I can just, when all the milk thistle dies on the property next to us, I can just go
go get some
forage
seeds.
it. Yeah, and just go collect it all.
Get you some seeds.
Yeah.
So this is a fun hodgepodge right here.
I love hodgepodges.
So it has the cucamelons. Look at all these little cucamelons I have growing. These are all volunteers. I planted them here last year, and then I must have had a few that fell, and it just volunteered some plants. So we're very thankful for it.
That.
I also planted yard-long beans here, so I have those growing. It's just crazy.
It's a beautiful tangly mess.
It is. I love it. But it's so much bigger. Like, these cucamelons are way up here as opposed to those ones in the front that I planted this year. They're like itty bitty still. So
yeah,
it's just crazy.
Volunteers kind of know what they're doing, I guess.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, thanks for me.
I know you have so many hands.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is a new one for us. This is Kajari melon, which I got the seeds from you.
Oh, yeah.
And it has done absolutely beautifully. And I have a few tiny little babies coming.
Yay!
But I've never tasted Kajari melon, so you'll have to tell me, what does it taste like? Because everybody always asks me.
They're super sweet. They're really, really good. You don't really have a lot of cucumber beetles out here, do you? The little yellow beetles with the black spots or black stripes.
Mm-mm.
They really got bad last year, and they took over my Kajari melon. So yours should do great. They look amazing.
Well, I'll give you some.
Oh, I would gladly take some Kajari melon.
You said they were your favorite, and I have
They are.
million blooms, so I'm hoping we get a bunch.
I bet you will.
Yay!
How many plants is this?
I don't know. I think I might have overloaded it, but
Just let it go.
I just put a bunch of seeds in the ground. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like I said, trial and error. We just see what happens.
That just means you're gonna have more Kajari melons.
That's right. Enough
That'd
to
be
share,
amazing.
which is always
yes,
fun.
I will gladly let you share that with me.
These are nasturtium right here. Nasturtium are super easy to grow in Texas. And I come out here and I pluck the flowers every single day. And then I get more blooms every single day. And they're in fun colors. Like I've got this one, like a pale color with red. And then we've got the deep yellow. And then we've got these like reddish orange. And then these like bright orange. It's just crazy.
You know, I bet the fact that you keep the flowers picked off is why yours look so good still.
Really?
Mine I've just ignored, and they're it's really hot in the high tunnel too, but
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I bet that really does help them keep growing.
Probably so. Well, I read that like whenever you pick flowers that, you know, that's the plant seed. And so if it doesn't have its flowers, it's going to try to keep producing more because it wants to procreate again, you know, it wants to create more. So that would make sense.
For sure.
But yeah, but these are high in antioxidants. They taste kind of peppery, so they're good in salads. But they're also medicinal. They're a good expectorant. So if you have like a wet cough, they kind of clear that liquid. So they're really good for you.
Cool.
And then we got sage over here. This big one in the middle is 3 years old, 3 or 4 years old, might be 4 years. And I've already harvested this once and it came right back. These on the opposite side are a year younger, and I just harvested those a week ago. And as you can see, they already have some new growth. So they just come right back. I use sage in tea. It's really good for your stomach. It helps with digestive issues. It can help you if you have constipation and diarrhea, which is super fun. They can help with both. The sage is an excellent herb to have on hand. And then these are all new. I just planted a whole bunch so they'll just take over. But they'll just come back every year. They're super easy.
I love how sage smells too.
Yes.
So good.
And then this is calendula.
Wow, look at your calendula. It's still doing so good. Do you keep the flowers picked off of it?
I do.
Too?
I come and pick them every day. I actually picked them already today, and I have some new ones blooming. But some of them look pretty sad. They, if you don't come pick them daily, they don't give off as many, and they kind of get mad at you.
Oh yeah, for sure. I stopped picking, because I grew them as a cut flower this year. I overwintered them, and so they were going and blooming kind of early in the spring, and I kept cutting them for a while. And as soon as I stopped, that's when the plants started to get brown and give up. So it makes sense.
Really mad at you. This is fun to find. So one of them went to seed. So that's what they look like. And then I'm
It's
just
like
going to
little
sprinkle that in there,
sea
and
snails.
we'll get some more calendula plants. I love calendula. You can use them in teas and take them internally. I forget what good they are for that, but I use them in like lotions. I steep dried calendula flowers in olive oil, and then I strain it out after about a month, and then you can use it on your skin. It's a really good, like for burn cream or for eczema. It boosts collagen production, so it's really good for like healing any kind of like dermatitis stuff, and it's gentle. So yeah, calendula, really good.
You're so smart.
This is mugwort forest.
That is amazing.
Isn't that insane? I need to harvest this so bad. Mugwort is medicinal. It helps you with sleep. It helps relaxation. Some people use it as like a tobacco alternative. So yeah, but you can get the same kind of effects in tea and none of the, you know, lung ailments.
Lung issues.
Yeah, I would recommend the tea. Fun fact, it's actually illegal to grow mugwort in some states because of how invasive it is.
Really?
Yes.
Yep, I would say invasive is probably the word. Look at that. That's crazy.
This is only its second year. We planted like 3 little baby plants last year right here, and it's just completely exploded.
Wow.
It's crazy. And we have already harvested it once early in the spring, and it's just still. So this is bee balm. This here in the back. Wild bergamot.
Looks so good.
And wild bergamot's really good for digestive issues too. It can help with like flatulence and just upset stomach in general. It's so good. Huh. And then this right in front of it that looks similar, this is holy basil, Tulsi basil.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looked like.
Yeah, and it smells like licorice. It smells so good. But holy basil's like very sought after. That's a really good basil to have on hand.
Lavender.
Yeah.
So big.
This is fun. So I didn't know that lavender was perennial. But this is its second year, and it is just huge.
And then these are just from this year too, aren't they?
This one and this one are from last year too, but then all the other ones are just from this year. And I harvest them like every 3 days. Whenever they start to look about like this, they start to get some of the blooms, I harvest them. And they just smell amazing, but they're so good. I also put those in oil and we use those in lotion because, you know, lavender is really calming on the skin. But I also put it in tea because it's calming, just chills you out. Yeah. So that's good. And then that's peppermint over there, which I harvested recently, so it looks a little sad. But peppermint's a really cool mint because it's like a little bit lighter and sweeter than spearmint and chocolate mint. But it has so many good health benefits. Like everyone should drink mint tea like every day. It's so good for you.
I do need to drink more mint tea. I have so much orange mint.
You do?
My herb spiral is filled up with orange mint. And I need to
drink you some orange tea.
Yeah, I guess so.
I want to try some of that.
All right, come on.
And then we have the chamomile, which smells amazing. And fun thing for your viewers. Okay, so y'all know when Kendall had that video early spring and she said that you can put seeds in like a little lettuce container. That's what I did with this calendula, or this, chamomile.
Oh, you winter sowed it?
I did.
Nice.
I've never had luck growing chamomile before, and it's hard to find. Like, nobody sells it.
Yeah, you can't just buy starts of chamomile. Yeah.
So I was always very frustrated with it. But yeah, I did that. I had a whole carpet of it, like, and I just planted it, and it did so well.
That's
and
awesome.
I just harvested this yesterday, y'all.
And it's going. Wow. Yeah, my chamomile's all pretty much done because, again, I neglected it and stopped picking the flowers, but yours looks good.
And then we've got the sweet basil, which looks, you know, different than the other basil. So good. We need to make some pesto or something.
Mm-hmm.
And we have, oh, this is fun because we've got the different stages. So these are black-eyed peas. So when they're growing on the vines, they look like this, and you would think you would pick it there, but you actually want to let it dry on the vine, more like these down here. And so this is almost there. See how it's kind of crunchy when you move it? I would leave this out here another probably day or two. This is good. This is good. And so I would take this inside and I leave it in its husk for another couple days, and then you deshell it and you have black-eyed peas. You can just store them in a jar. I like to store mine and just have like a whole bunch for New Year's, just because it's just kind of a little celebration to look forward to, you know, from all my harvests. But
oh, that's fun.
The grasshoppers love them, so I just always have to fight them. But They haven't found it yet. It doesn't look like.
Yep.
So sometimes I'll come out here and I'm ready to harvest and like they'll still be here. And then there's little holes where they've taken out all of my seeds. And it makes me so mad. It's my plant.
Grasshoppers.
Yeah, but you know, that's organic gardening, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's what happens. This is our cinnamon basil. It just smells so good. This is horehound, which is really good for like coughs. And then I've got some baby cucumbers that I put here just because my cucumber plants are they're not giving me enough and I need to make some pickles. And then this is stinging nettle, which don't touch it because it literally does sting you for like hours. But stinging nettle is really good for you too medicinally. Stinging nettle is good for allergies. I left the cucumbers on so you could see it, but these are our cucumber plants. So I've got a few little pickle-sized ones. That one, and then there's one over there.
Pickles.
So this is borage. Borage is absolutely gorgeous, and it is so terrifying to pick. I pick the flowers off of it, but see these bees? Yeah, they love borage, and so yeah, I am always very scared that I'm gonna get stung, but they haven't stung me yet. But I come out here and pick these every day, and you can also use the leaves too. They're both medicinal. Borage is really good at regulating the female hormones. And then I think it's kind of fun because some of the flowers, well, most of them are a pretty like dark blue, but then some of them are like pink. I just think that's so fun. Yeah. Oh, here's one that's really pink.
Oh yeah, I see one right here too.
Yeah. Bizarre. I don't know why it does that, but it's beautiful. Then we've got some bell peppers and some banana peppers. And then this is tarragon, which is a really good seasoning. Do you know what I just discovered today?
What?
That you can eat green beans raw. And they're extremely tasty.
What?
Because this one broke off. And so I was like, I'm just going to try it. And it's so yummy. I read that you shouldn't eat it in large quantities raw, but it's totally fine. Just eat like a couple green beans.
I've never eaten raw green beans.
You want to taste it?
Okay. Is this a noodle bean? Or
it's the
long bean?
Long bean, yeah. Isn't that good?
It's not bad.
I think it's yummy. It's not as good without butter. That's true. But it is still good. So fun!
There you go. Potatoes! All right. Well, should we say goodbye? I guess we should say goodbye. So. Thanks for joining us on our little suburban backyard, side yard, front yard, every yard tour.
There's no excuse. You can always have a garden.
That's right. As long as you've got some soil to plant in. Or you can get some nice fluffy soil and put it in some grow bags too. We wish you joy on your journey, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Whoa! So fun! See, I'm telling you, these grow bags are so good.
This is my favorite thing. But actually, it's just as satisfying watching.
Is it?
Your soil is so soft.
I'm glad there's no like ants in here. I was kind of scared.
Oh my goodness.
Could you imagine?